Hey, John here. So in this video I'm going to show you a way to play pentatonics with fast picking that will make it a bit easier to get that fluid Eric Johnson type sound. Now this won't sound exactly like Eric Johnson of course, but it makes it slightly easier to play faster pentatonic licks. So here's the lick we're going to look at. This lick is based on 3-note per string fingerings for the pentatonic scales, and this can be a bit stretchy, so be careful when you work on this, and I would probably avoid practicing too much on the low end on the guitar, at least initially. And if you do practice down here, make sure that you don't hold any fingers down. The only finger that should be actually fretting the string is the currently ringing note. If you do that, you can avoid a lot of hand problems. So what I mean is, a lot of people tend to chuck the index finger down and keep that down the whole time, but if you play something like this, if you look at this, I'm lifting the finger I'm not using, and by doing that I won't have that same pressure on my left hand. Because basically the only pressure you're going to get then is, you know, the pressure you would get from doing this without fretting anything. And I don't think you can really hurt your hand by doing this, but you can definitely hurt your hand if you keep chucking the finger down and trying to stretch too far. So don't do that. The lick in question goes like this, slowly. And I ended with my favorite Steve Lukather type thing. Basically just go like that and then go to the minor third here on the G string of this day 1 pentatonic shape in C minor. So I'm on the 8th fret here. So you kind of need to just look at what I'm doing and try to approximate it for yourself. I think you got that from Hendrix probably, but my reference point for this kind of thing is Steve Lukather, a basic player if you haven't checked him out. What makes this easier than to do this with 2-note per string picking, that would be more in the style of Eric Johnson, is the fact that we have more notes on each string, if that's not super obvious to you. And that makes the picking part a bit easier. And this is also an approach that I learned from Key Marcello back in the day, the guitar player from Europe, amazing player. So this actual lick then is based on 2 5-note sequences. So we have this sequence. Let's call that one 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, because that's basically what we're doing on the high string here. We go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And before you say, well, hang on, you're using other fingers, or that's not the frets or whatever, I'm actually just referring to the pitch of each string. So 1 being the lowest pitch, 2 the middle pitch, 3 the highest pitch in this case. And we're starting it on 15, 18, 20. If you want the tabs, you can go to my Patreon and you can check all that stuff out. But basically you have 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And that's the first sequence. Then the next string, we have these 3 notes. And the sequence here is going to go 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Same idea, I'm just numbering the pitches from low to high. And I just strictly alternate pick this. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then from here, I'm moving down to the 13th fret. And I'm just going to repeat the same thing with these pitches. So again, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And then we move down to the 10th fret, and then we do, you see this fingering? And then we do that again on the D string. So we got the same frets on the D and the A string. So I think the easiest thing is just look at my fingerings, then you can see, you know, where the whole steps and the 1.5 steps are going to be located. So And then the final shape will be on the 6th fret. I just end on this, the root note here, and then doing that Steve Lukather thing. So let's try this up to speed once more. So it's a fun one to play. When you practice this, first of all, learn the whole thing, but then I would focus on each string group. So you have each of the connecting sequences. So what I mean is that you play the first group, second group, and then you stop on the first group again on the next set of strings. So you can do it just like that. And then connect it with the next one. Whoops. And obviously take it really slow in the beginning. And if you find that, oh shit, this group is really difficult, then you know that you should practice that one more. And if you do that, either put on a timer for like 5 minutes and just sit there. Or even better, you move it up and down in half steps. But now, again, you need to be careful because this can be quite stressful for your hand. So let's see, we start here. But if you can see my fingerings here, I'm moving my fingers, so I'm not, letting the index finger stay, and that will minimize the risk of injuring my hand. But still, if you're not used to stretches, it's not worth practicing it down here. It's fine playing it a few times, but that's very different from just sitting there, for 5-10 minutes and just mashing out reps. So that's the difference here. So avoid sitting too long at these lower frets. But if you just move down like I said here and you go, maybe you do 2 reps. And if you do that, I think you'll find that it's not as taxing because you're going to keep moving up the whole time. But again, if you find it a bit, stretchy and you can feel it, maybe just start at a higher fret where it feels comfortable enough for you. The next step will be to work on this in every possible position in the key we're in now, so C minor. So we started here. I'm disregarding the bend here. So if we started here on the G, which is the 5th of the key, so I could go up, then I have the flat 7 of the key, and then I have to play the fingerings of the scale, but so it's just going to be the same shapes that you played before, but in different positions on the fretboard. So then you can start on the 13th fret, which will be the 4th of the key, so F. That becomes quite stretchy. So you can see all these sound different because you get different intervals, but the overall contour and the effect is the same. Spending some time and learning these 3-note per string shapes for the pentatonic scale is a great way to get a more fluid pentatonic sound without having to, break your right hand when it comes to these 2-note per string picking patterns. But still, I highly suggest working on those as well because that will just give you a more well-rounded technique. And if you want to get into this more 2-note per string stuff, I have a book called Pentatonic Picking Power.